In last class, we have calculated the optimum number of rain gauges stations. That station gives the rainfall at particular locations, and that data has to that collected data has to be representative of an catchment of the catchment area. So, mean precipitation need to be calculated. How it will be calculated? Today we will see different methods. So, first of all, mean precipitation is the representative of the rainfall over an catchment area. Okay. So, the methods to calculate the mean precipitation, these are we have three methods: arithmetic mean method, Thiessen polygon method, and isoetal method. So, first of all, come to this arithmetic mean method. Arithmetic mean method, it is also known as constant weightage method, and it is applicable for the catchment satisfying three conditions. First one condition is that catchment should be flat and plain. Catchment should be flat and plain. And second one conditions for using arithmetic mean method to calculate the mean precipitation is that when a rain gauge are uniformly distributed over a catchment, means all the rain gauge stations should be uniformly distributed over the entire catchment area. And the third one condition is rainfall values recorded at various rain gauges stations shows little variations. There should not be much variations, then we can use arithmetic mean method, and arithmetic mean method is simply summation of the precipitation recorded at all stations divided by total number of rain gauge stations at that area. So, it is P 1 plus P 2 plus P 3 and so on divided by total number of rain gauge stations, right. In next method, which is a Thiessen polygon method, and it is weightage average method. Weightage has been given to the rain gauge stations. So, how it is carried out? Let us this is we are using that expression for calculating the mean precipitation. Okay. And in this method flat and plain catchments is also required, okay, and topographic variation should also not be present, right. In this method, Thiessen's weightage are assigned for each main gauge stations based on area represented by them, and that weightage is dependent upon the area, means it is weightage means it is area A I divided by total area, okay. That is the weightage at some particular at any particular rain gauge stations, okay. So, P mean, it is P 1 times of A 1 by area, total area, okay. P 1 is the rainfall intensity recorded at station number 1. Similarly, P 2 is the rainfall intensity recorded at station number 2, and the weightage is how much A 2 by A and so on, okay. Now, what is the procedure to assign the weightage? Okay. It is to assign the weightage, we follow 5 steps. So, the first step is plot catchment to some suitable scale. Okay, we need to plot the catchment like this in some suitable scale. Second one step, identify rain gauge stations. Identify rain gauge station means here say example we have 3 rain gauge station, number 1, number 2 and number 3. 3 rain gauge stations are here. Okay. So, identify this rain gauge station, it is step number 2. Next step, join all adjacent triangle stations by straight lines. We need to, what we need to do? We need to join all these stations by a straight lines like this. Okay, means station 1 and station 2 are joined by this one straight line, station 2 and 3 are joined by this straight line, and station 1 and 3 are joined by this straight lines. Okay. This is the step number 3. The next step, step number 4, draw perpendicular bisectors. Okay. So, we need to draw the perpendicular bisector. Okay, like this one perpendicular bisectors to line joining between 1 and 2, and similarly perpendicular bisectors on line joining station 1 to 3. Okay. Similarly, this one is the bisector line joining from station 2 to 3. Okay. The area enclosed between the bisector and boundary of the catchment, that is polygon area, represent a rain gauge stations enclosed within that polygon. Okay. So, by doing that this one, okay, this one, okay, this one area, okay, this one area, that one area, okay, it is A1, that is A1. Okay. Similarly, A2 will be what? A2 will be this much area, that much area, and similarly A3 will be this one area. Okay, this one area. So, the weightage for station 1, station rain gauge station 1 will be A1 by total A1 plus A2 plus A3. Okay. If this is A, if this is total A, so the weightage for station 1 it is A1 by A. Okay. Similarly, weightage for A2 weightage for station 2 it is A2 divided by total area. Similarly, for station 3 it is A3 divided by total area. So, this is the procedure to assign the weightage, Let us calculate, let us find the weightage in different catchment areas. In this in this figure, we have a triangle of side A, equilateral triangle of side A. Then perpendicular bisectors, okay, will meet at this point. So, the value of A1 for rain gauge station 1, this is rain gauge station 1. So, this one value A1, A2 will be this one area, A2 will be this one area. Okay. Similarly, A3 will be this much area. So, A1, A2, A3, since this is equilateral triangle, that is why A1 will equals to A2 equals to A3. Okay. And total area that is total area can be calculated by this under root 3 by 4 times of A square. Okay. The base and the height is root 3 by 4 A. So, what will be the area? It will be divided by total. Okay, it will be divided by total. So, area can be calculated, weightage area can be calculated. Okay. If weightage area can be calculated, A1 value, A1, A2, A3 can be if these are calculated, then the mean value can easily be calculated. Okay. Look in this figure. In this figure, 4 rain gauges stations are number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. 4 rain gauges stations are at this places. Now, to find the weightage for rain gauge station 1, what we need to do? We need to join station 1 to 2 by a straight line, okay, and then we need to draw the perpendicular bisector on that line, okay, on that straight line. Similarly, 2 and 4, station 2 and 4 has to be joined by a straight line and we need to draw a perpendicular bisector. Okay. Similarly, 3 to 4 need to be joined and we need to draw the perpendicular bisector, and perpendicular bisector will be coinciding with this one. Okay. Similarly, this remaining side has to be joined and we need to draw a perpendicular bisector and that bisector will overlap to previous one. Okay. So, the area for each of the station, okay, will be this one. Okay. This one, that shaded area, it is for station A1 for 1, this one A2, this one area, this much area is for rain gauge station 2. Okay. A3, this is for rain gauge station 3, and A4, this one part, that is for A4. Okay. And from the geometry, we can calculate the value of A1, A2, A3, A4. These will be all area will be same, and its value will be A by 2 into A by 2, right, A by 2 into A by 2. Look in this figure. In this figure, we have 5 rain gauge station 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 is at the center. Okay. We need to find the weightage for all these 5 rain gauge stations. So, procedure will be same. First, connect, we will connect all these rain gauges by straight line. So, 1, 2, 3, 4 has been connected. This one also need to be connected by a straight line. Okay. Now, the next step is to draw the perpendicular bisector. Okay, perpendicular bisector. So, to draw the perpendicular bisector on this one is perpendicular bisector, this one perpendicular, this one this much. Okay. And this is straight line, this is also a perpendicular bisector which is overlapping. Okay. This is the perpendicular bisector which is overlapping. Okay. This one is perpendicular bisector which is overlapping. Okay. So, what is the area? For rain gauge station 1? For rain gauge station 1, it is this one, this much area, it is for rain gauge station 1. Similarly, for rain gauge station 2, this one, for 4 it is this much area, and for third one this much area, and for 5 this much area is for rain gauge station 5. Okay. So, the area A5, it is if this distance is, if this side is y, this side is y, then area will be y square, y times y, and A1, A2, A3, that area it is same. Okay. And area can be calculated by this triangle half into side A by 2, right. So, we can calculate value of y, we can calculate the value of y. Okay. We can calculate the value of y using this one. Okay. Let us take an example. A catchment is in the form of a circle of radius 10 kilometers. Okay. This is a circle, this is the circle of radius how much? 10 kilometers. Radius 10 kilometer, centered at 0 0. is the center, center is 0 0 here, okay, is the center point. This is the center point. Location of rain gauge station, location of rain gauge stations and their respective rainfall values are given below. These are the locations. These are location 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rain gauge stations are present in that catchment area. Location first rain gauge station minus 5 comma 5 means minus 5 means this one, okay. This one is the first rain gauge station. Second rain gauge station 5 means this one, this is the second, okay. Third one minus 5 means this one side, and fourth one 5 minus 5 means this one, okay. So these are the stations, okay, and fifth one is at the center also. So these are the 5 rain gauges, these are the 5 rain gauge stations within this circle of radius, within the circle of radius of 10 meter, okay. The radius of this circle is 10 meter. So we need to calculate the weighted area for all 5 rain gauge stations, okay. So the same procedure we will follow. What is the procedure? We will join all the rain gauge station by straight line, okay. This one, okay, this one, okay. Joining of station, joining of all rain gauge station, okay. The next thing will be what? Put the perpendicular bisector, on each of that, okay. So the perpendicular bisector in this it will be this one line, it will be this one line, okay, and perpendicular bisector for this one line, this one 1 2 3, it will be this, okay. Similarly perpendicular bisector for this one, for this line 3 to 5, okay, 3 to 5, it will be this one line, okay, it will be this one line, okay, it will be this one line, okay. Therefore station 3, this is station 3, the area for rain gauge station 3 will be this one shaded area, this much shaded area, okay. Similarly for rain gauge station 1, this will be the shaded area, this will be the that much area will be used in calculating the weightage parameter, okay. Similarly for station 2, this one will be the area, okay, and for 4 this one will be the area, okay, and for 5 the remaining thing, the remaining of the area will be for station number 5, okay. So A1, A2, A3, A4, okay, these are equal, and what will be that area? Total area of circle minus total area of circle minus half of this one, this much area, okay. Since this is okay, this one side, okay, this one side, okay. Since the radius is 10 kilometer, so it is 5 into 5. So 1/4 of this, okay, total area minus how this one area. So that will represent the area for A1, A2, A3, okay. Pi by 4, okay, into radius is the it comes to be 66.04 kilometer square, okay. And A5 it will be how much? This is there are 4, total minus this one, okay, it is 50 kilometer square, right. So, after calculating the area of A1, A2, A3, A4, we can calculate the mean precipitation. Okay. Mean precipitation is a that is A1, A2, A3, A4. Okay. Same area, since it has the same area. So, 66.04 multiplied by precipitation, precipitation collected at this point. What are those? 4 plus 6 plus 3 plus 5. Okay. So, that will be multiplied by that one, that much of area, plus last one is what, 5. Okay. And its area is 50 and the precipitation collected at that point it is 2. So, 50 into 2. So, it comes to be 4.10 centimeter, means the average precipitation for the entire area of radius 10 kilometer, it will be taken as 4.10 centimeter. Okay. Similarly, this is another example. So, in this example, station A, B, C, D, E, station A, B, C, D, E. Okay. These are 5 stations, shaped basin diameter 20 kilometer as shown in figure. Compute the mean aerial rainfall over the basin using TP, okay, Thesin polygon method, if the rainfall stations are 100, 90, 110, 120 centimeter and 80 centimeter respectively. Okay. So, by the same procedure, okay, join the straight line, okay, join all stations through straight line and draw the perpendicular, and the covered area within the side will be taken as respective areas. Okay. Like this one, this much area will be for A D. Okay. Similarly, area AD, AE, AB, AC, it will be same. Okay. It is same, it will be calculated through geometry. Okay. And at this one point, okay, it is 10 into 10. Okay. So, mean precipitation can be calculated. Okay. The next method is the isoetal method. Okay. Isoetal method, in this method we take the average value of precipitation also along with the weightage parameter. Okay. Say look here, it is A1 times of P1 plus P2 by 2, okay, divided by A. So, A1 by A1 we know that A1 by A, it is the weightage area for station 1, okay. And in this method the precipitation is multiplied by average, means consecutive P1 and P2. Okay. So, what we are doing in this procedure, we the entire area is divided in terms of the precipitation, Okay. So, iso8, these are the lines joining points of equal rainfall. Okay. Say P1, this one iso8 point for P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, this P5, P6 and so on. So, and the covered area say this one is A1, between these iso8 lines P1, P2, P2, P3, suppose area is A2, P3, P4, suppose area is A3. Similarly, between P4 to P5, suppose this is A4 and so on. So, the mean precipitation will be calculated through this equation. Okay. So, A1 times of A1 is this one, and the iso8 lines, okay, it is P1 and P2. So, the mean of the precipitation will be taken. Okay. So, mean of the precipitation P1 plus P2 by 2 into A1. Okay. And similarly, for this one area, for A2 multiplied by mean of the precipitation P2 and P3, okay, and so on. So, this is the isotope method, isotope method. Let us, for an example, 2 stations in this question. In this question, we have in this question this is the situation. This is the situation 55, 55, 45 and 65, okay, and the area covered between these two A1 is 55, A1 is 55, A2 A1 is no A1 is 100 and A2 is 150, okay. So, the area covered between 55 and rainfall precipitation 55 and 45, okay, it is 100, it is 150 area between 45 to 65. So, the mean precipitation can be calculated by this one, this much area, total area is how much, 100 plus 150, 100 plus 150, okay, 100 plus 150, 100 plus 150, right. So, this is okay, this is the total area, this is the total area A, okay, and mean of the precipitation means 55 plus 45, okay, 55 plus 55 plus 45, okay, mean of the precipitation multiplied by the area, within this precipitation, okay, it is 100, okay. Similarly, for next for area A2 150 and the mean precipitation 55 plus 65 divided by 2. So, that comes to be 56, that comes to be 56. So, 56 centimeter is the rainfall which can be taken as the representative for entire area, A1 and A2, okay. Similarly, in this question 92, this is A1, this is area A2, this is area A3, this is area, this is A4 and this is area for 5, means rainfall precipitation total 5 means total 6 isotops are here, 1 2 3 4 5 6, okay, and the area between these is A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, okay. These are the area covered between this precipitation, okay. So, this is 15, this is 15, this is 12, this is 9, this is 9, this is 6, this is 6, this is 3 and this is 1, okay. So, these are the isotopal lines, okay. Now, mean precipitation can be calculated using that equations, okay, and it comes to be 8.84, okay. So, 15, 12, 9 in spite of taking 15, 12, 9, 6, 3, 1, 8.84 centimeter will be the representative precipitation for that for this entire area. So, these 3 methods we have these 3 methods: arithmetic mean method, Thiessen polygon method and isotope method we have covered today, and these data, these mean precipitation data will be used to plot the hydrographs, okay, different graphs in calculating the things required for forecasting, okay. So, in next class we will discuss various plots and methods, okay. So, thank you very much.